Hey guys, Stoney Creek here. Have the family with me today. We're going to do a quick walk around and do a garden update, see how things are growing, show you our different gardens. Peacock's going to help. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here. Stay tuned. Let's go head out to the first garden. Well, we figured we'd start out here at this garden that we just built the other day, and we'll talk about what we've already got planted in here. Well, starting out with all the way around the perimeter, we've got the sunflowers out of the greenhouse. Those are what we're doing for the sunflower challenge. Come around here. And they're all 6 inches or so, 6 to 8 inches, some of them a little bit taller, but they're all doing pretty good. So tell us what you've got planted right here.
Well, this is a red raspberry that we've planted here. It's actually several raspberry plants in one. It's growing from a good rootstock, but this will send up some nice tall canes that we'll be able to pick the raspberries off of next year.
Cool deal. Let's see what else we've got planted in here. We've got a mound here, and we've got a mound there. That's where we put our pumpkin seeds for Whistle Thicket's Pumpkin Challenge. If you recall, when we were building this garden, I talked about these stumps. Well, my buddy Mark over there at Bumblebee Junction suggested that we put beans around that stump to add nitrogen. What type of beans did you plant there?
Those are black turtle beans, which are a drying bean.
We've got 2 other mounds, one here, one there. What'd you plant in your mounds?
We actually planted some watermelons in here.
Do you like watermelon?
Oh yeah. They're just sweet, and you can also manipulate their growth. So if you want to make a square watermelon, you can do that. And then you can also make them any other shape you want.
Okay, so we've got a mound here and a mound here. What'd you plant in those mounds?
These are going to be spaghetti squash. The nice thing about spaghetti squash is a healthier alternative than regular spaghetti. It's got less carbs, but it's still got a good amount of nutrients.
We chose this garden to put those melons in because although it's late in the day now, this is primarily a sunny area all day. We're going to train those vines to grow out this way, so this area doesn't have anything planted in it. That's just going to be a great big old pumpkin, watermelon, spaghetti squash patch. All right, let's head on over here to this other garden. The side garden, it gets pretty much full sunlight all day long. Some of this stuff we've already had here. Most of this is what we either started from seed or I started from started plants. I'm going to have the wife tell you about this stuff.
This right here is a Nanking screaming peacock tree. This is a Nanking bush cherry. It actually produces fruit, but it doesn't get huge the way a normal cherry tree does. This here is bee balm. It's a type of flower. Right now it's kind of laying down because it got knocked down in the storm, but this will make a nice flower head on it that's good for bees, for butterflies. A lot of different pollinators like this plant. Here are our lemon boy tomatoes. These are a yellow tomato. We've not grown these before, so I'm not entirely sure how it's going to turn out, but we're excited to see them when they start fruiting. Right here we have 2 rows of sweet peppers. These are both bell peppers. We have 1 red and 1 row of the green bell peppers. We have grown these in the past, so we love eating these. This right here, I knocked it down because I've been working in this garden quite a bit. It's going to spring back up, but these are garlic chives. Over here we have 3 rows of sweet corn. This is a new variety we haven't tried, so we're hoping that it gets good and tall and gives us a few ears this year.
I'd mentioned that we plant that sweet corn in that block method so it gets a good pollination. It might be a little bit closer than what a lot of you are used to, or of course the great big long rows. Just keep in mind, you know, there's only 3 of us out here, so we only grow enough that's going to provide for us. You know, we might give a little bit of extra to neighbors, family, that sort of thing. But we don't need tons and tons of corn, but that's why we did that little block system. That way it pollinates a lot easier.
Alright, these are our hot peppers. We have habanero, jalapeno, and cayenne. And so that covers the whole range of basically salsa and drying peppers that we really use for ourselves. And then over here, these are our Roma tomatoes. So these are also great for salsa, great for canning, sauces, that sort of thing.
Let's head up the hill. We'll show you our other garden. You guys remember watching me plant these? Potatoes are doing good. We've already added soil a couple of times. We're about ready to add soil again. We've almost got it up there to the top. But you can see all 4 containers are doing well. Hard to see with this one, that's all that mint. You know, everything in between the pots now are mint. But potatoes are looking real good. And we've got something growing up here. What's that?
These are scarlet runner beans. You can see a little bit, they're just about to start blooming.
Get in here so you guys can see that. Speaking of runner, right behind me are ducks. Then there were 5. I actually sold 6 of them over the weekend. We picked out the 5 we wanted. We've got 4 hens and a drake now. So that's going to be a good amount for this area. 11 ducks was just way too much. We're going to start up at this end and just work our way down, show you what we've got going on. Right behind me you can see, this is actually a new thing. Wife and I just put up, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. But it's a hoop trellis. You can see we just used 3 small stakes. They're like mini T-posts. And it goes up and around. We used hog rings to attach it to our perimeter fencing there. I first saw this trellis idea over on CB's Garden and Greenhouse last year. It looked like a pretty good deal. And then this year, watching Whistle Thicket, old Tom, he built one of these too, and it reminded me to do that. So we're going to give it a shot. We'll show you what we've got planted. Here we've just got some pickling cucumbers. Of course, they're going to grow up. Thought process is, as they go up, fruits are going to hang down, easy to pick. And then over on this other side, it's kind of hard to see, but this is actually another mound. Just a couple days ago, we planted some vining okra. It'll grow up. And then about midway of the arch, we're going to train the okra to go back down towards the okra side, cucumber to go back down the cucumber side. Oh, I got to tell you about these. Mississippi pink-eyed purple-hulled peas. Mississippi pink-eyed purple-hulled... 5 times, guys. Say it with me. Mississippi pink-eyed purple-hulled peas. Okay, these are the peas that Dan from Home in the Sticks had sent us the seeds. You can see they're doing really well. We've already taken the soil, mounted it up to the sides, up to the actual plants themselves. So they're doing really well. It looks like pretty much they've all come in. We've only got a few missing spots in here. But we've still got a ton of those seeds. We'll plant some more later on early fall. Get another fall harvest too.
So these are some of our container herbs. We'll have basil in this one, and it's already begun to come up. Thyme in this one, and some of those seedlings are up. The rest of these, the seedlings haven't come up yet, but it's just more like here's some cumin. I forget what's in this one. I'll have to go look.
Tell us about that, son.
Oh, and here we have some strawberries, and we actually used my old wheelbarrow, so we reused it. No, reduce, reuse, recycle, whatever the saying is.
Yep, very good. And we drilled some holes down along the bottom here for the water to come out, right?
Yep.
These are some black-eyed Susans. They just look pretties. We like our pollinators. This stuff, you're going to have to wait for another video, but we're going to tell you all about it. Pretty cool stuff. You'll find it in your own backyard. What are in these?
These are some more just kind of random vegetables. We have some different colored carrots that are supposed to be purple and white and orange and red. We've got dill, we've got some flowers, there's some echinacea in here. So these are just kind of some oddball plants that we didn't have room for in the other beds. In this bed we have some Russian kale back here. It's good for salads and you can cook with it as a green. We also have some hailstone radishes. Some of these are doing real well. Some of them we're going to go ahead and reseed. These guys were transplants. Alright, so in this bed, this was supposed to be our broccoli, but it's obviously not doing as well as we would have liked. So what we'll probably end up doing is just pulling this and then using this bed to direct sow something else. Here in the front of the bed, you can see it's a little bare. So we already have sown some German chamomile seeds. And hopefully that will come up and then we'll be able to harvest that for chamomile tea. In this bed, these are our Egyptian walking onions. You can see that they're already doing what they do, they're walking. What happens is the stalk will grow up and then it'll get weak at the bottom. See on this guy, you can see there's some little bulbs in here, and what'll happen, this part will fall over onto the ground and then these guys will root, and that will be your next walking onion. These over here are some radishes. Some of these are ready to pull, some of these I left so that I can collect the seeds off of them when they're done. Over here we have some cauliflower. You can see this has fared a little bit better than the broccoli has, but still no heads yet, so we'll keep watching this and see if we get any heads on it this year. We've also got some beets sown in here, just kind of along the front part. So hopefully those will also grow out and we'll be able to dig those up for beets. Over here in this bed, you can see this is the other side of the scarlet runner beans. And then all through here, this was spinach. We were able to get quite a bit of spinach off of this already, but it got kind of warm and it bolted, which just means that it sent up its seed and flower heads. And once it does that, you pretty much don't want to eat it. It gets really bitter. I'll be able to hopefully save some seeds off this and then plant it again once it cools off. We also have some carrots growing in here. I need to go through and thin these now that they've come up real well, and try to transplant the ones I pull out somewhere else, and then that'll give whatever I leave in here enough room to grow out and form a nice carrot.
Well guys, appreciate you coming along on our little garden tour. Hopefully you all have enjoyed it, and until next time.
See you next video.